set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
It's Freeman. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Freeman again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
On third down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Here's Ryan. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. In motion is Austin Hooper. On second down, Freeman. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
The Lions gave up 177 rushing yards to Seattle in their playoff loss last year. And DeAndre Levy, their best inside linebacker, no longer with the team. That made Jared Davis out of Florida a really good selection for the Lions.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
On the carry, it's Taliaferro. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Lorenzo Taliaferro, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness? The burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about got your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Kessler. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire... Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Play action. Kessler. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. In motion is Austin Hooper. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Freeman lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Kessler now off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
They stare up now at a 3rd and long. Kessler and company needing something big after the sack. This is Taliaferro. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Kessler to throw for it on 4th. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Robert Alford just continues to develop as a premier corner in the NFL. Had a monster Super Bowl against New England. His ability to read, diagnose patterns was the key to his pick six in that game.
9 career interceptions into the season and another one right there. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll run it. Freeman. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action with Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Certainly their offense has sputtered here a little bit in the first half as they finally do get on the board, but they only have 3.
Well, at least it eases the frustration a bit, doesn't it? Be able to get some points on the board, feel a little bit better about themselves as they go into the locker room and try and regroup.
A reminder coming up in the Sunday night game, matchup you don't see very often, a rematch of Super Bowl 18. The Raiders traveling to Washington. And then tomorrow on Monday night, we'll see the Cowboys heading to the desert to take on the Cardinals.
Former NFC East rivals.
They run with Taliaferro. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Again, they run with Taliaferro. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
In his 5th year from Appalachian State, it's Sam Martin on the punt. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He gets it complete to Anquan Bolden. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and a time report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions. Offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now it's Taliaferro. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. They go play action. Kessler. He finds Roberts, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And now a first down following that long gain. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Kessler now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Vic Beasley in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. They stare up now at a 3rd and long. Kessler and company needing something big after the sack.
All right, here we go.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Play action. Now Kessler. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Looking downfield for Jones. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Shift together here from the D-line.
All right, now, look at 56. Over.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, and partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Play clock winding down. Now Kessler on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Kessler. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. So they will go for it. Now Kessler. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Ryan on second down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back now at Ford Field. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, D.J. Hayden. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And to give this time to the tailback. A nice little juke. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
We got three. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. Gone.
They fake the handoff. Then Kessler. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Green 39. Green 39.
So that'll back him up 5. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he loses the football a second time. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Ryan. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, able to avoid him. Evades the tackler, and now some space. On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time a factor as Kessler will get him to the line quickly. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They stare up now at a 3rd and long. Kessler and company needing something big after the sack.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Vic Beasley in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, when this drive began, the offense only needed a field goal, but the defense ramped up the pressure, and after back-to-back sacks, they're feeling confident they might keep them off the board.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. Yeah, here now come the Falcons. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. Ryan wants to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jared Davis, the rookie from Florida. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Throwing now is Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Falcons, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll head